Okay, so you know that feeling you get like when you're just trying to understand what's happening in the world, like some huge event, and it's like you're trying to put together this puzzle, but there are like 1,000 pieces?
Yeah,
Yeah, staying informed can just be so overwhelming.
absolutely.
So that's what we're going to be doing today.
That's right.
We're going to try to make some sense of it.
Exactly.
We're taking a deep dive into how Donald Trump has been approaching this war in Ukraine,
Yeah,
and things have gotten really interesting.
really interesting.
So we found this fascinating analysis from a YouTube transcript from First Post, and they've kind of been breaking down some of the recent kind of twists and turns
Exactly.
in Trump's thinking and what's going on with Putin and Zelensky, and it's really fascinating stuff.
It is.
So what we're going to try to do today is give you the essential, like the key insights
Yeah,
and what appears to be a real shift in Trump's thinking,
exactly.
not
Yeah.
just toward Putin, but also Zelensky. And we're going to try to understand what's driving Russia's strategy,
Right.
in the middle of all of this.
Absolutely.
So yeah, let's just dig right in.
Let's dig in.
Okay, so like right off the bat,
Yeah.
it seems like Trump is like kind of like had this about face in how he's talking about Putin.
Yeah.
We're seeing reports that he is like very angry and pissed off, which is not something that we've heard very much in the past.
No, huge departure from his usual respectful tone towards Putin.
Yeah, right. And so this was supposedly triggered by comments that Putin made questioning Zelensky's legitimacy.
Right.
And he even brought up Trump's whole Greenland thing again.
Yeah. Yeah, like that came up again.
It's like why is this coming up now?
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, was this, a calculated move or was he actually offended?
Yeah, like what pushed him over the edge?
Right. Exactly what pushed him to this point.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. So pissed off isn't really a term we usually associate with Trump talking about Putin.
Right. It is really unusual.
Yeah. And the source is suggesting that maybe this whole thing was triggered by Putin talking about maybe replacing the Ukrainian government.
Yeah. Through some kind of UN-backed elections.
Yeah.
Like that was his proposal.
Yeah. But then like almost in the same breath,
Yeah.
we see this shift on Trump's stance on Zelensky.
Yeah.
Because remember, he was open to replacing Zelensky before,
Right.
but now he's saying Putin's going to have to strike a deal with Zelensky,
Yeah. Whether he likes him or not.
whether he likes him or not. And
yeah.
it's like, wow.
It really highlights how unpredictable Trump's positions are.
Yeah. Like, is he changing his mind?
Yeah. Or is this something else?
Or is he playing some kind of like four-dimensional chess
yeah, exactly.
that we
And
can't even comprehend?
we're not privy to.
Yeah. So it's worth thinking about what's actually motivating these shifts.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you throw this in.
Yeah.
He's also criticizing Zelensky
At the same time.
at the same time
Yeah.
for trying to back out of this rare earth minerals deal. And he's saying this is a big problem.
yeah, huge problem.
So it's like he's upset with both of them,
Both leaders, yeah.
but for completely different reasons.
Totally different reasons.
So it's this like very complex
Uh-huh.
and contradictory stance.
Absolutely.
Okay, so with all of that in mind,
Right?
like how do we make sense of Putin's strategy here?
Well, the analysis points to some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
So, right from the get-go, Putin congratulated Trump early on
Yeah, he did.
and said he was willing to end the war.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that seems like a very deliberate tactic.
Like to box Zelensky in.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And it kind of seems like he was aligning himself with Trump's desire to end things quickly.
Yeah.
Put pressure on Zelensky.
Yeah.
And it worked because Trump basically said Ukraine wasn't joining NATO.
Yeah. And then he put a hold on the aid.
Right, and even called Zelensky a dictator.
It's like Putin was testing Trump's limits.
Yeah, exactly. Finding his red lines.
Yeah.
And where he would draw the line.
Okay, so then the second part of Putin's approach seems to be all about these like symbolic gestures to buy himself some time.
Right.
Like these partial ceasefires that Trump supposedly brokered
Right around these energy infrastructure.
and the Black Sea.
Yeah.
But the analysis is saying that these were mostly superficial.
Yeah, they were really just for show.
Yeah, they were either in areas that weren't that important or they were broken almost immediately.
Exactly. So it looks like the real benefit for Russia was that it gave them time to regroup and make advances while looking like they were cooperating with Trump.
Yeah.
Pretty clever.
So then we get to this statement from Putin where he says Russia has claimed the initiative along the entire front line
Oh, yeah.
and that they're going to finish off Ukraine.
That's a pretty bold statement.
Yeah, he sounds pretty confident.
Yeah, like he thinks he has all the time in the world.
Right, and then out of nowhere, we get this news about Russia talking to the U.S. about rare earth minerals.
Oh, yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah, but the analysis is saying that this is just another move by Putin.
Right, like a way to kind of ease the pressure on Trump.
Yeah, by giving him a win.
Exactly, a symbolic victory.
Yeah, so when Trump is facing pressure at home or abroad, Putin can offer him something like this.
Like some progress on this deal.
To make it look like he's getting something done.
Exactly. It's like a concession on one front to gain leverage somewhere else.
Right.
It's classic Putin.
It really shows you how different Trump's background is.
Yeah.
Like coming from deal-making
Yeah.
versus actual, like, international diplomacy.
Yeah, the art of the deal doesn't really work when you're dealing with someone like Putin.
Right.
Who's playing the long game.
Yeah, like the analysis says, threats and ultimatums will not work.
No, not in this situation.
Yeah. So with all of this going on, like the big question is, what is Putin's goal?
Well, the analysis suggests that he's looking for any weakness in the West's support of Ukraine.
Yeah.
So if Trump loses interest or cuts aid, that's it.
Then Russia wins.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
And the analysis also points out that more sanctions from Trump probably won't do much.
Right, because Russia has already shown they can handle economic pressure.
Right.
Like they're used to it.
And the original source material kind of throws in some other global hotspots.
Yeah, like India,
Kashmir,
Syria,
Iran.
Yeah, it's almost like a side note.
Yeah, like they're just mentioning all these other things happening in the world.
Yeah, just to show that this isn't happening in a vacuum.
Yeah, it's all connected.
Everything's connected.
But our main focus here
Right.
is still this triangle.
Trump
Zelensky.
and Ukraine.
Yeah, the core issue.
Yeah, okay, so to sum it all up,
Yeah.
we've got Trump who's seemingly mad at Putin, but also kind of all over the place on Zelensky.
Right.
And Putin who seems to be playing this strategic game, influencing Trump.
Buying time.
And trying to assert dominance.
It's a high-stakes game for sure.
It really is.
It's like geopolitical chess.
Yeah, and we have to remember.
This isn't a simple situation.
No.
There are so many layers.
Motivations.
Strategy.
So there's not going to be any easy answers.
No.
And the future is still totally uncertain.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So here's something to think about.
Okay.
Like, how much do these personal relationships between these leaders, like, in this case, Trump and Putin, actually affect, like, global events?
Yeah.
Like, outside of just, like, normal diplomacy?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it really makes you think about how much power just individuals have on the world stage.
Yeah, it's really fascinating to think about.
Yeah.
Like, how much of this is personal and how much is policy?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a great question to consider.
Yeah.
It really is.
Thanks for joining us today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you all next time.
See you next time.